Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking the newly easy-aid AGL LR Gohan into the Cell Max event. I put up a poll on Twitter earlier this morning, not long after my live stream, basically asking you guys what you wanted to see first from the new Easy A's, whether it be the Cell Max event or Broly or Melcool or Red Zone. Obviously I'm going to do all of those videos anyway, right? So Cell Max got about 50% of the votes overall, so here we are. So the Red Zone ones will come tomorrow. Now I've made a fairly interesting team build for this setup, where I've brought all three of the LR Super Saiyan Gokus, so all three of the units that share full 7 links with Gohan, because the way I want to run the team, and it's unfortunate that we didn't have Gohan on the first turn, but the way I want to run the team is to have Gohan in slot 2, and then I can essentially have one of his 7 link partners in every single other slot. So obviously that's going to work out quite nicely. So unfortunately we can't get any hits in with Carnival Goku. We can't get really, we can't get multiple stacks. It's one of the problems with having a unit that you want to try and get built up not be on turn 1 against the Cell Max event, because the first 2 phases are so easy. So that means Gohan's going to get 1 super here. We're going to finish off this phase and then move straight on to the next one. So we're going to have to try and stall a little bit here. Right, you share the exact same links. Okay. Alright, so we won't get an 18 key super with you. We do want to get stacks for their defense, so we will get the 18 key for them. And then if I just grab this, Namek Goku will get the benefit of his the way his passive works, where because he's being hit by the AoE attack, he's going to get that extra guaranteed super, despite the fact that he's in slot 3. So Namek Goku can still be pretty good against Cell Max. He does need to get built up though. Using him as a 3rd slot floating unit is obviously not the best way for us to be doing very well against the tech Cell Max phase, because even though he has type advantage, if we haven't had a huge amount of build up, then that could still be an issue. But unfortunately we're not getting any clutch level 5 dodges in either, because the AoE, obviously Namek Goku, once he starts to get some super attacks off, he can tank against the physical phase relatively well. But obviously here, where we're just at the start, he's got no attacks off or anything, these AoE attacks are hitting him relatively hard. It is what it is. Plus on this team, regardless of the way the turns pan out, losing a little bit of health here and there when we're running the Gohan is not the worst thing in the world, right? Because we want to drop below 50% HP or 58% HP by the time we get to turn 5, so that we can transform, because Cell Max is of course an android enemy. So what we ideally want here is Namek Goku to not be getting crits, and then yeah, just keep firing off these additional supers, building up his defense. Because the thing is, even if his defense gets built up reasonably high, he'll still take a lot of damage from a super attack in the tech phase, but not so much as some other units, right? So Namek Goku can still be good here. Look at that, we got the God RNG turn, 4 super attacks for Namek Goku. And unless this one is, none of them were crits. So yeah, we didn't do too much damage. Alright, that worked out quite nicely. The only problem is, I'm not going to get any build-up for the STR Carnival Goku here, because, well, there's how many group attacks in slot 1? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he is going to get hit 3 times. That is good, actually. And then I suppose we can... Vegeta and Trunks going to kill. It all depends on whether they crit or not. I think it's probably best to get stacks with Gohan than to get the... You know what, actually, let's do this. We won't get the 18 key super, because that's the thing, right? We need to get stacks with both of these guys, but Gohan has the built-in ability to additional, so we can just go for his 12 key super, hope that he gets the additional, and then ideally he still doesn't kill, and then the int one comes in to get the finish. But I mean, unfortunately, Gohan now, after his Easy A, even in Super Saiyan 1 state, he is a bit of a beast. So we shall see how he gets on here. 5 million attack with him linked up with Vegeta and Trunks. Remember, Vegeta and Trunks, he gets their full 200% lead because he is on Battle of Fate. So this seemed very good for running him on. He shares 5 links with them. So they are still a very, very good rotation, especially in the early game in some of the tougher events where Gohan could still potentially take a bit of damage in the early turns. You can obviously just have Vegeta and Trunks in slot 1 as the main tanks, and then depending on additionals, Gohan will actually outpace them in defense. Like if he's getting his additionals every turn, because remember they only stack on their 18 key, and then any additionals they get, Trunks and Vegeta are not stacking their defense, they're only getting extra defense for the duration of that turn. So the only bad thing here is, yeah, see, I'm going to have to move you out of slot 1, because the we've had no build-up with this Carnival Goku at all. So he is dangerously low on defense. Who actually will tank this better in slot 1? Because God Goku has a lot less defense, but he does have the ridiculously high damage reduction. I think it probably is still God Goku, right? So we'll put him in slot 1, and then grab all of these for you. And then ideally, Birdku doesn't get super attacked at the end here, because without him having any built up so far, he probably just dies in the last slot here. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, the team has 700k HP. So if he's going to super attack a second time this turn, as long as it's after Vegeta and Trunks have got all their supers off, he could super them and we would survive. But Carnival Goku will get killed if he gets hit with a super attack here. Now, we already know that from when I did the showcase for him against Cell Max, that the STR Carnival Goku can actually tank Cell Max normal attacks for double-digit damage once he's gotten his super attacks off for the turn, as long as he's fully built up. Now, unfortunately, so far, he's only been hit, what, 3 times of those 3 AoE attacks in the physical phase? So he might be in a spot of trouble, depending on how the turns play out as well. But, oh, for a second then, I thought that was taking ages to... Well, not ages, but I thought that took a brief pause to load there because Cell was about to super attack. Yeah, see, 98k. Oof. Oof. Spicy. But you know what that means. Okay, well. Let's see. What do we want to do? So we're up to 58k defense. I feel like I got to do it, right? I mean, we got to do it, surely. So let's do it. We got to do it, right? I know untransformed with he doesn't have his guard, because that's the thing, right? If you've got the HP, if you've got the transformation condition active, then it means you don't have the guard active. So this is the worst turn for Gohan fighting against Tech Cell Max, right? If he doesn't have his guard. Oh, jeebus, look at that. Okay. Now, I do want to put them in slot 1, but unfortunately I can't get their 18 key super. Now, I can... What is Gohan's defense here? 298k. We have to experiment with this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do Vegeta and Trunks' active skill. Because this is going to give everyone on the rotation another massive defense buff. Which, once we pick up all of our orbs with Gohan, he's going to have a lot of defense. So let's see. The fact there's no attacks in slot 1 as well is really good, because it means we can play out the rotation however we want. And ideally, I would like to put Gohan in slot 2, right? Because I want him to get all his links active. Because if we are in slot 1, we're missing out on Kamehameha and Golden Warrior. So the only problem is Vegeta and Trunks don't get any extra key. So we will only get a 12 key super with them. But I think that's okay. Right, they should be alright. What's their defense currently? 481k. They get defense with each super attack. We are going to heal potentially. I wanted to see how much healing I would actually get. 15 orbs for Gohan. So let's see. So yeah, basically a full heal. If I grab these, we pretty much will be full healed. So although I shouldn't really get an 18 key super with this Goku. We're missing 50k HP. If that causes us to die, that causes us to die. So Gohan has 565k HP. He's going to massively raise. Is it massively raise? No, greatly raise. So greatly raise is 50%. He's going to greatly raise his defense on super. Then, because we're facing one enemy, how many? So we got the key spheres, right? When facing one enemy, launches an additional super guaranteed against multiple enemies, and then it's high chance of launching an additional super and high chance to crit if HP is 58% or less at the start of the turn, which it was because we transformed. And then we also have the extra attack 59% because there's a Goku, and performing an Ultra Super, and by the time we're performing the Ultra Super, our HP is now above 59%. So yeah, and then that's it. So there's so much to this end part of his passive. So additional attack 59% when performing an Ultra Super attack, and if HP is 59% or more when performing an Ultra Super attack, includes and launches an additional super. So he's getting an additional super guaranteed. Then there's the other chance from his passive because of the start of turn HP, and then there's the hidden potential. So he could super attack 4 times. So it's very possible that he could get up to having like 1,000,000 defense on this turn. So I guess we will see what happens. So let's go ahead and play this out. Knowing my luck, I'm going to get the worst possible RNG now, and I'm just going to get killed. Because unfortunately, even if Gohan does get the God RNG quad super turn, I wonder how much damage he would take from Cell Max's super attack. Bearing in mind that he's like the hardest hitting tech boss in the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just takes out Gohan. But I wouldn't necessarily say that's like a huge detriment to Gohan's performance, but let's see what we get here. So 28 million. 28 million attack stat for Gohan. Okay. Yeah, there's the crit. And then there's a 22 million additional. Okay. So we've only done 50 million attack stat worth of attacks so far this turn. And there's the next additional. We jump up to 23. So we're at 73 million attack stat worth of attack. Oh my goodness me. And he, and then he's, are we gonna, so how much does this do? Do we die? Bro, it still does 1.74 million. I mean, I guess that is the problem, right, with running it against an AGL, against their tech boss. Because Gohan, of course, losing his guard on the turn where you transform, because you're below the HP threshold, he's obviously not going to have his guard. So that is the downside. Gohan able to put out actual like megaton bombs once he transforms, but if he gets hit with the super attack by Cell Max, the fact that it still did that much damage, that means that even if we had gotten the 4th super, it would have still done well over 1,000,000 damage, so we still would get instantly killed. So as I said, I don't think that's a huge detriment to Gohan. Seeing him put out basically 75 million attack stat worth of attacks in one turn is definitely pretty crazy. And that was a turn with no support apart from the, obviously we got the defensive buff from Vegeta and Trunks' active skill. But if we'd had, imagine if we had a unit on that rotation that was giving like 30, 40, even 50% attack support. Considering that Gohan crit on those first 2 supers, we actually would have just straight up killed him. So, Gohan, definitely an absolute madman, but unsurprisingly, can't really take a super attack from Tech Cell Max. But I don't think that's the end of the world, personally. I think he's crazy good. We need some of these bigger bosses that actually have enough HP for us to see him get off that amount of super attacks. But it is a little bit unfortunate that we had to eat the kill there. But, you know, it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think of Gohan down below in the comment section. He's actually crazy. I'm having a lot of fun using him. So, yeah, glad that he's finally on Global. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.